In this video I'll be talking about the mastheads of Q, Enemy and Rolling Stone. And to start off with Rolling Stone, the font style is the same for every issue, but that excludes some issues, as sometimes it's altered, like the Halloween issue. This makes it an easy and recognisable identifiable magazine to all people, and helps it to be well known and popular. People recognise the Rolling Stones' classic rock nature due to all of the sort of connotations of Rolling Stone, like the band and Bob Dylan's song. So people recognise Rolling Stone's classic rock nature and character purely through looking at the logo at the top corner, as it is renowned for being one of the most popular and successful rock music magazines, as well as maintaining quality and a traditional image and supporting popular rock music artists. The logo is simplistic, it's simplistic yet clear and bold, and reflects the traditional Rolling Stone style of text through their own band masthead. The colour of the text is sort of like a clear red, which is really bold, like with the sort of the accent of white and black, and it's really classy, and as well as that, it's really iconic, as it stands out against other from other music magazine covers, as it's sort of emphasising with the its Rolling Stones target audience. For instance, the red has connotations of wealth and dominance, and power, and rock and class, which highlights the fact that Rolling Stones is a high-end magazine, and is also quite highly priced in the magazine market, as well as being aimed at people who listen to more classic rock artists, further emphasising the ethos of Rolling Stones and its audience, as well as its representation as a whole. Next is Enemy. The masthead is in the same font for every issue, which is usually altered for a Halloween issue, or Christmas, but it makes it easy, and it makes it, how simplistic it is, makes it easy and identifiable, and it helps to all people, and it helps it makes it well known and popular due to its simplicity. People recognise Enemy's rebellious nature and character purely through looking at the logo at the top corner, as it is renowned for being one of the most popular and successful music magazines, as well as maintaining quality, a rebellious image, and supporting influential music artists. The logo is simplistic and clear, like I've said, in the red, again, like all these logos have in them, because a convention of magazines is red. The colour of the text is bright red, like I said, which is a key convention, and it's extremely eye-catching and recognisable, as it can stand out through other magazine covers. Although the red, like I've said, is on most music magazines, because it is a key code and convention. The colour red is a unisex colour, but can also be seen as predominantly male, therefore emphasising the connection with Enemy's target audience. Moreover, red has connotations of wealth and dominance, like I said, with the Rolling Stone masthead, which highlights the fact that Enemy is a high-end magazine, and also quite highly priced in the magazine market, like I said, for Rolling Stone as well. So these are two magazines that sort of signify their sort of financial influence in the market through their mastheads. Finally is Q. Q is instantly one of the most recognisable mastheads there are, through its red background and white Q, which is a beautiful accent with the masthead in its classic font. The masthead is the same font for every issue, which again is altered for Halloween and Christmas issues. This makes it easily recognisable and identifiable, as people can identify themselves with the brand. I've talked about how it can represent music as well as in my last video, as the sort of the circle of the Q acts almost as like a vinyl, and the tails of the Q, due to the classic font, makes it look like the queuing. Queuing as in Q. As mentioned, the inspiration for calling the magazine Q is because of the old-fashioned vinyl decks, and not only does Q look similar to these traditional music magazines with the original flair and passionate music had it started out, so it sort of emphasises the sort of culture of their target audience, the sort of rock and slightly pop audience. So the Q is very large. It takes up probably 1/12 of the page with just its logo, which it could be quite. It sort of has sort of themes of narcissism on the front cover. They're sort of so confident that the thing that sells their magazine is them rather than the content, which sort of demonstrates that their audience might be be high subscriber based, or people sort of recognise themselves due to how long this magazine has been going for. So so audiences recognise themselves with the magazine over the people in it, because through time different acts have a different spotlights, and so these are the three mastheads: Q, Enemy and Rolling Stone, all in red, and Enemy and Q's red are probably the most similar compared to Rolling Stone, sort of bleak, almost bleak red compared to the others, but Enemy's being slightly brighter due to its sort of edgy feel, and the bright, sort of like the bright red, sort of, it definitely signifies a more edgy feel, especially with the sort of pointed font of the M and other letters make it seem sort of a lot more edgy compared to the sort of the smooth R and the L, and sort of like the old school font of Rolling Stone. And again with Q just being the font being sort of a nice free flowing Q. So that's my video on existing mastheads. Thanks for watching.